Oh, Namaste. Welcome you all for the classes on meditation. This is the 21st in this series. We have been exploring the types of fear, and in that we are looking at what Bhartrihari has said in his Vairagya Shatakam. He has listed 9 types of general fears that most people go through. And in that we have seen 6 types. And today we are going to look at the 3 more types of fear as enunciated by Bhartrihari. This we are doing while we are looking at the Pancha Kleshas, which are the root cause of our suffering, according to sage Patanjali, and how to get rid of these kleshas. That's where we are in this series of classes. And in that, one particular klesha called Abhinivesha is fear. So we will understand these other 3 types of fear and try to look at how much of this really bother us. And then in the subsequent classes we'll go to the subtle definition of sage Patanjali. So sit upright, chest and navel up. Gently close your eyes. Sit in any comfortable posture. You can even sit on a chair. If you are sitting on the floor, sit at a little height. Keep a pillow or a couple of blankets below the hips and sit upright. Palms should face upwards, tip of the thumb and index finger in contact. Relax your tongue, nose, throat and the jaws. We shall start with the chanting of the sacred word Om. Om is a very sacred word. The procedure is you have to inhale, and as you exhale, pronounce the word Om and watch the vibrations which should get involved, and any other thoughts that come, you must be able to witness and simply let go. Be seated upright. You can join with me. Take a deep breath. Om. 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 Be relaxed. Watch the inner calmness. Mind is very dynamic in nature, especially untamed, untrained mind will simply move your attention very swiftly. So we must tame it. We are looking at the types of fears. Just recollect the statement of Bhartrhari, Bhoge Rogabayam, Kule Chutibayam, Vitte Nribalad Bayam, Mane Dainyabhayam, Bale Ripubhayam, Rupe Jaraya Bhayam. These 6 components of fears we have contemplated upon. Bhartrhari continues. The next 3 types of fears are Shastre Vadi Bhayam, Gune Kala Bhayam, Kaye Kratantad Bhayam. Slowly open your eyes. Shastre Vadi Bhayam. So if one is, in any type, Shastra means any type of, subject, especially the scriptural ones, and you are afraid of Vadi Bhayam. Some other learned opponent can come and may prove you wrong. Then Gune Kala Bhayam. Gune means in virtue. Kala Bhayam means the fear of some wicked person. Then Kaye Kratantat Bhayam. So this is one of the highest fear causing fact. Kaye in body, Kratantat Bhayam, fear of death. So we shall simply contemplate on these 3 elements of fear. Close your eyes. We are doing this to understand what types of fear haunt us, and in getting freedom from fear, it is first important to acknowledge the presence of the fear. It's not as easy as we say, I don't fear anything. So we have to contemplate, go through our inner experience and find out what sorts of fear are hidden in us. We must acknowledge its presence. Shastre Vadi Bhayam. So if we are having some sort of expertise in any of these subjects, we fear some other person may defeat us. Just check whether this kind of fear haunts. For example, if someone thinks that he is an expert in Yoga Sutras, let us say, he may fear that some other fellow may argue better and win over him. Well, this can apply to various other things in our life, to various other fields also. We always have that fear of opponent. So we must develop non-attachment to even our expertise. In the sense, if someone else can argue better, we learn from him or her and become better. We don't cling on to that expertise. I am the only expert. You should get the grip of such feeling. You should get rid of it. That is possible through non-attachment, vairagya. Then gune kala bhayam. In virtue, fear of the wicked. We want to be virtuous, but someone else can create problem for this through his wicked nature. This we see very commonly in society. For example, there could be someone who is very honest, not corrupt. He may refuse something for a wicked person, but that wicked person can always find some other way of getting over this fellow and doing the wrong things. Clinging to the effects of these virtues. Clinging to virtues is important. But because of this, the effect of our virtues, if it is affected by a wicked person, then we should not get disturbed. We should not have that fear. We want to do good, that is good. But things can always happen the other way. Because of various other things. Very simple example just to drive the point. In public life, let us say someone wants some work to be stopped because it will affect several other people. But if someone else has a wicked intention, he can always overcome the opposition of virtuous people and still do the wrong things. So for virtuous people, that fear could be there. That is what Bhartrihari is referring to. And just try to see whether these kinds of fears haunt you. And lastly, kaye kritantat bhayam. This is perhaps the most common high intensity fear. Fear of death. We have this body. Any small variation in our health, suddenly the grip of fear starts. And this can happen even when there are no health related issues. The fear of death can lead to a host of anxiety and worries. It does not mean we should neglect this body. No. All this, whatever Bhartrhari is talking about, is just the irrational fear, which is imaginary. Kaye kritantat bhayam. There is some health parameters which go a little out. Suddenly, so much of imagination about the death can haunt. If you hear the news of some accident, someone dying, suddenly that grip of fear can start. And it is all imaginary. Irrational fear. Towards this, first we should understand that this body is a transient vehicle we have, not permanent. This is subjected to Shadvikaras. Please think of this Shadvikaras. Asti, Jayate, Vardate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, Kshayate. Asti means we come to existence in the womb of the mother. Jayate, birth. After being born, Vardate, we start growing. We don't keep on growing. Then so many other changes will take place. Viparinamate. A lot of changes start taking place. Then gradually apakshiyate. Things, hair will start graying, skin wrinkles, teeth will become loose, all the pancha gnanendriyas start slowly losing their power, the decaying will start. Then kshayate or mriyate, it will die. This is the most inevitable cycle for this body. In fact, not just this body, for everything that you can conceive of through your organs of perceptions in this universe. Anything that has a date of birth, this is an inevitable cycle and it shall have date of death. So this fact we should first very clearly contemplate and understand. Acknowledge this reality. It never means you should neglect this body. You should never try to keep it as youthful as possible. No, that is not the point. The point is that irrational fear. Just a simple example. One person is sitting at home watching television and he wants to go to some outstation tomorrow in his car. In the news he sees some news about a car accident in which all the people in the car die. And that fear grips. He will start imagining, oh, tomorrow I am traveling, I am going in that road. So the mind unnecessarily starts an unhealthy imagination. That irrational fear. That is the problem. And this is the most common fear. Most times haunts most minds. So first thing, understand the transient nature of this body. Asti, jayate, vardate, viparinamate, apakshiyate, kshayate. The shed vikaras are inherent nature of this body. So acknowledging this will pave way to non-attachment. We will explore this more in our future classes. Whatever is the intensity of this or any type of fear, Patanjali promises us to help us get rid of these things, and his methods will definitely take us to that state of freedom from fear. योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचा बलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि हरिः ओम्. श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. शुभमस्तु.